Imagine a journey where every few hours, the landscape completely changes. One moment, you're walking through medieval streets. The next, you're standing beside the Mediterranean Sea. Soon after, you're surrounded by snow-covered mountains, ancient castles. From the frozen peaks of the north to the sun-scorched plains of the south, life finds a way to endure. In every corner of our planet, a quiet struggle unfolds, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking white villages, colorful festivals, and some of Europe's greatest. And yes, football is part of Spain's identity. The Spain national football team has become a symbol of passion, pride, and a style of play admired around the world. But the story of Spain goes far beyond the football pitch. Greatest cities. Welcome to Spain. During this journey, we'll explore Madrid, Barcelona, Seville, Granada, Valencia, Bilbao, the Canary Islands, Mallorca, the Pyrenees, and many more unforgettable places. Let's begin. Spain, Europe's most diverse country. Ultimate 4K travel documentary. Part 1. Introduction, Geography, and Barcelona. Narrator. This is a journey through one of Europe's most fascinating nations. Introduction to Spain. Spain occupies most of the Iberian Peninsula in southwestern Europe. It shares borders with Portugal to the west and France to the northeast, while thousands of kilometers of coastline connect the country to both the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. Spain also includes two famous island groups. The Balearic Islands sparkle in the Mediterranean, while the volcanic Canary Islands rise from the Atlantic Ocean, closer to Africa than mainland Europe. Together, these landscapes create one of the most geographically diverse countries on the continent. Geography. Spain covers more than 500,000 square kilometers, making it one of Europe's largest countries. At its heart lies a vast high plateau known as the Meseta Central. This elevated region has shaped Spain's climate, agriculture, and history for centuries. Around the plateau stand impressive mountain ranges. The Pyrenees form a natural border with France. The Sierra Nevada in southern Spain is home to some of the highest peaks on the Iberian Peninsula, where snow can remain even during the warmer months. Between these mountains flow rivers that have sustained civilizations for thousands of years. The Ebro, the Tagus, the Guadalquivir, and climate. Spain enjoys one of Europe's most varied climates. The Mediterranean coast experiences warm summers and mild winters. Northern Spain is greener and receives far more rainfall, creating forests and rolling hills that contrast sharply with the country's drier interior. In the south, sunshine dominates much of the year, making Andalusia one of Europe's warmest regions. This diversity allows Spain. From the frozen peaks of the north to the sun-scorched plains of the south, life finds a way to endure. In every corner of our planet, a quiet struggle unfolds, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking beauty. Spain to produce everything from olives and oranges to grapes, almonds, and world-famous wines. Culture. Spain's culture has been shaped by thousands of years of history. Romans built cities and roads. The Moors introduced remarkable advances in science, architecture, and agriculture. Christian kingdoms later united much of the peninsula and launched voyages that connected Spain with distant continents. Today, these influences live side by side. Ancient castles overlook modern cities. Historic neighborhoods blend naturally with contemporary architecture. Traditional music echoes through lively streets filled with cafes, artists, and performers. Languages. Although Spanish, also known as Castilian, is the country's official language, Spain is proudly multilingual. In Catalonia, many people speak Catalan. Galicia preserves the Galician language. The Basque Country is home to Euskera, one of Europe's oldest and most unique languages. These regional identities add extraordinary richness to Spain's cultural landscape. Spanish cuisine. Spanish cuisine is celebrated around the world. Fresh seafood, fragrant olive oil, cured ham, colorful vegetables, and regional cheeses appear on tables across the country. Small shared dishes known as tapas encourage conversation and friendship. Valencia is famous for paella. Andalusia offers refreshing gazpacho. Galicia is renowned for seafood. Every region proudly presents flavors that reflect its history and environment. Food in Spain is more than nourishment. It is a celebration of family, community, and tradition. Journey begins. Our adventure begins on Spain's northeastern Mediterranean coast, a city where history and imagination stand side by side. Welcome to Barcelona. Barcelona. The first rays of morning light spread across the Mediterranean as Barcelona slowly awakens. Palm-lined beaches begin to fill with walkers. Fishing boats return to the harbor. The scent of fresh coffee drifts through quiet streets. Barcelona is the capital of Catalonia and one of Europe's most visited cities. Yet despite its popularity, it has never lost its distinctive identity. Here, medieval stone streets meet bold modern architecture. Historic churches stand only minutes away from lively beaches and contemporary neighborhoods. Walking through the Gothic Quarter feels like stepping into another era. Its narrow lanes twist between centuries, old buildings, hidden squares, and elegant courtyards that preserve memories of Roman and medieval Barcelona. Every corner invites exploration. Every street has a story. But no symbol defines Barcelona more than the breathtaking Sagrada Familia, designed by the visionary architect Antoni Gaudí. This extraordinary basilica combines art, engineering, faith, and nature in ways unlike any other building on Earth. Its soaring towers dominate the skyline, while sunlight filters through colorful stained glass windows, filling the interior with vibrant shades of blue, green, and gold. Even after more than a century of construction, the basilica continues to evolve, representing both tradition and innovation. Not far away stands another masterpiece. Park Güell transforms architecture into fantasy. Mosaic-covered terraces, colorful sculptures, and sweeping city views create one of Barcelona's most recognizable landmarks. Along La Rambla, performers entertain visitors while flower stalls, cafes, and local markets fill the avenue with life. Nearby, La Boqueria Market offers an explosion of colors and aromas. Fresh fruit, seafood, cheeses, spices, pastries, and traditional delicacies reveal the richness of Spanish cuisine under one roof. As evening arrives, Barcelona changes once again. Golden sunlight reflects across the Mediterranean. Restaurants welcome families and travelers. Street musicians fill the air with melody. The city slows down, but never truly sleeps. Barcelona is not simply a destination. It is an experience where history, creativity, and everyday life exist in perfect harmony. From the frozen peaks of the north to the sun-scorched plains of the south, life finds a way to endure. In every corner of our planet, a quiet struggle unfolds, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking Butte Girona, the medieval jewel of Catalonia. Just over an hour north of Barcelona lies a city where every stone whispers stories from centuries past. Welcome to Girona. Unlike many modern European cities, Girona has preserved the charm of its medieval past. Surrounded by ancient walls and divided by the peaceful Onyar River, it feels like stepping into a living history book. The city's colorful houses, painted in shades of red, yellow, and orange, reflect beautifully in the calm water below. At sunrise, their reflections create one of Spain's most photographed scenes. For over 2,000 years, Girona has stood at the crossroads of civilizations. Romans, Visigoths, Moors, and medieval Christian kingdoms all left their mark on this remarkable city. Walking through the old quarter is like traveling back in time. Narrow cobbled streets twist between stone buildings, hidden courtyards, and centuries-old churches. Every corner reveals another piece of history waiting to be discovered. High above the city rises the magnificent Girona Cathedral. Its grand staircase has welcomed visitors for hundreds of years, while its enormous Gothic nave remains one of the widest of its kind anywhere in the world. Nearby lies El Call, one of Europe's best-preserved medieval Jewish quarters. Its quiet alleys tell the story of a thriving Jewish community that lived here for centuries, contributing to Girona's culture, trade, and learning. For breathtaking views, visitors can walk along the ancient city walls. From here, terracotta rooftops stretch toward distant green hills while church towers rise above the skyline. In recent years, Girona has also gained worldwide attention as a filming location for several international productions, introducing millions of viewers to its timeless beauty. Yet despite growing popularity, the city has never lost its peaceful atmosphere. Small cafes fill hidden squares. Local bakeries offer traditional Catalan pastries. Cyclists pause for coffee before exploring the countryside that surrounds the city. Girona doesn't ask for attention. It quietly earns admiration from everyone who visits. The mountains grow closer. The Mediterranean sparkles through rocky cliffs. Ahead lies one of Spain's most beautiful coastal villages, a place that has inspired painters, writers, and dreamers for generations. Our next destination is Cadaqués. Cadaqués, Spain's white coastal paradise. Hidden among the rugged cliffs of the Costa Brava lies a village unlike any other. Welcome to Cadaqués. For centuries, its remote location protected it from rapid development. The winding mountain road that leads here feels like a journey into another world. As visitors descend toward the coast, dazzling white houses appear against the deep blue Mediterranean, creating one of Spain's most iconic seaside landscapes. Life here moves at a gentle pace. Fishing boats sway quietly in the harbor. Small cafes overlook the waterfront. Artists set up their easels, inspired by the same extraordinary light that has captivated creative minds for generations. Among those artists was the world-famous surrealist Salvador Dalí, who found endless inspiration in the landscapes surrounding Cadaqués. Just outside the village, his former home in nearby Port Liget still overlooks the sea, reflecting his deep connection to this remarkable coastline. The narrow streets of Cadaqués climb gently uphill between whitewashed buildings decorated with colorful flowers. Every turn reveals another breathtaking view of the sea. Unlike many busy beach destinations, Cadaqués has carefully preserved its authentic character. There are no towering hotels dominating the skyline. Instead, visitors discover peaceful beaches, rocky coves, charming boutiques, and seafood restaurants serving the day's freshest catch. As evening approaches, golden sunlight paints the village in warm colors. The white church overlooking the harbor becomes the perfect viewpoint to watch the Mediterranean glow beneath the setting sun. Here, surrounded by sea, mountains, and timeless beauty, it's easy to understand why so many travelers fall in love with this quiet corner of Spain. Cadaqués is more than a destination. It is a place that reminds us to slow down and simply enjoy the beauty of the moment. Our journey now leaves the peaceful Mediterranean coast behind. The road turns inland, crossing rolling hills and open countryside toward the very heart of Spain. There, on the vast central plateau, stands a capital filled with royal palaces, world-class museums, and lively plazas. Next, we arrive in Madrid, the vibrant heart of Spain. Spain, Europe's most diverse country. Ultimate 4K travel documentary. Part 2, Madrid, Toledo, and Segovia. Madrid, the beating heart of Spain. As the Mediterranean coastline fades into the distance, Spain reveals a completely different landscape. Rolling plains stretch toward the horizon, and at the center of the country rises a city that has shaped Spain's politics, culture, and identity for centuries. Welcome to Madrid. Unlike many European capitals that grew around rivers or coastlines, Madrid stands high above sea level on Spain's central plateau. Its location made it a natural crossroads, connecting every corner of the nation. Today, it is a city where royal traditions meet modern energy. Every morning, thousands of people gather in cafes for fresh pastries and strong coffee before the city comes alive. At the heart of Madrid lies Puerta del Sol, one of Spain's most famous squares. This bustling plaza is considered the symbolic center of the country's road network. Every New Year's Eve, millions of people watch the famous clock tower here as Spain counts down to midnight. Just a short walk away stands Plaza Mayor, a grand square surrounded by elegant arcades and historic buildings. For centuries, this plaza has hosted royal celebrations, markets, festivals, and public events. Today, musicians perform beneath its arches, while outdoor cafes welcome visitors from around the world. Towering above the western side of the city, is the magnificent Royal Palace of Madrid. With more than 3,000 rooms, it is one of the largest royal palaces in Europe. Although Spain's royal family no longer lives here, the palace remains an important symbol of the nation's history and continues to host official ceremonies and state events. Inside, richly decorated halls display priceless artwork, crystal chandeliers, royal armor, and centuries of Spanish craftsmanship. Yet Madrid is not only about kings and palaces. It is also one of Europe's greatest cities for art. The world-famous Prado Museum houses masterpieces created by legendary painters including Diego Velázquez, Francisco Goya, and El Greco. Every gallery tells the story of Spain's artistic heritage, attracting millions of visitors each year. For those seeking peace away from the busy streets, Toledo, the city of three cultures. Perched high above the winding Tagus River, stands one of Spain's most remarkable historic cities. Welcome to Toledo. From a distance, its ancient walls and stone towers seem untouched by time. For centuries, Toledo served as a meeting place for Christians, Muslims, and Jews. Each community left behind traditions, architecture, and knowledge that shaped the city's unique character. Because of this extraordinary heritage, Toledo is often known as the city of three cultures. Walking through its winding streets feels like exploring an open-air museum. Stone buildings lean over narrow alleyways. Small workshops continue centuries. Old traditions of crafting swords, jewelry, and fine steel. One of Toledo's greatest landmarks is its magnificent Gothic cathedral. Its soaring towers dominate the skyline, while its richly decorated interior reflects generations of artistic achievement. Above the city rises the imposing Alcazar, a fortress that has guarded Toledo through wars, kingdoms, and changing empires. Today it offers breathtaking views across the surrounding countryside. As sunset paints the city in warm golden light, Toledo reveals why it has inspired artists and writers for generations. Its timeless beauty remains one of Spain's greatest treasures. Leaving Toledo behind, the road climbs gently toward another extraordinary city. Here stands one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient Roman world. Our journey continues to Segovia, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking beauty. Segovia, Rome's legacy in Spain. In the heart of Castile rises a city where history spans more than 2,000 years. Welcome to Segovia. Long before medieval castles appeared across Europe, Roman engineers built a monument here that still amazes visitors today. The Roman aqueduct of Segovia stretches across the city using massive granite blocks assembled without mortar. For nearly 2,000 years, it carried fresh water from distant mountains into the city. Its elegant arches remain one of the best preserved Roman structures anywhere in the world. Beyond the aqueduct, Segovia's historic streets lead toward magnificent squares, charming cafes, and the city's beautiful Gothic cathedral. At the highest point of the city stands the spectacular Alcazar of Segovia. Its tall towers, steep roofs, and dramatic location overlooking the countryside have inspired countless fairy tales. Many believe this remarkable castle even influenced the design of Disney's famous fairy tale castle. From its towers, breathtaking views stretch across rivers, forests, and rolling plains. Segovia is also celebrated for its traditional cuisine, especially its famous roast suckling pig, prepared using recipes passed down through generations. As daylight slowly fades, the ancient stone glows with golden color, reminding visitors that great civilizations may rise and fall, but extraordinary architecture can endure for thousands of years. Our journey through central Spain continues beyond medieval castles and Roman monuments. Ahead lie ancient university cities, wind-swept plains, and new chapters in Spain's remarkable story. In Part 3, we'll explore Salamanca, Zaragoza, and begin our journey into the heart of Andalusia, where Moorish palaces, flamenco rhythms, and unforgettable landscapes await. Perfect. Let's continue with Part 3 in the same professional, cinematic, and completely original style. Spain, Europe's most diverse country. Ultimate 4K travel documentary. Part 3, Salamanca, Zaragoza, and Córdoba. Salamanca, Spain's Golden City. As the morning sun rises over western Spain, an entire city begins to glow, not because of special lighting, but because almost every historic building is carved from warm, golden sandstone. Welcome to Salamanca. Often called the Golden City, Salamanca has been a center of learning and culture for nearly 1,000 years. Its greatest treasure is the University of Salamanca, founded in 1218. It is one of the oldest universities in Europe, and has educated generations of scholars, writers, scientists, and explorers. Walking through the university's historic courtyards feels like stepping into another age. Legends surround every doorway and every carved stone. Visitors often search the ornate facade for a tiny frog sculpture, said to bring good luck to anyone who finds it. At the center of the city lies Plaza Mayor, one of Spain's most beautiful public squares. During the day, cafes fill with students and travelers. At night, soft golden lights illuminate elegant arcades, creating an unforgettable atmosphere. Salamanca is also unique because it has two cathedrals standing side by side. The old cathedral preserves Romanesque traditions, while the new cathedral reflects the grandeur of Gothic and Renaissance architecture. Together, they represent centuries of artistic evolution. As evening falls, the sandstone buildings seem to shine beneath the setting sun, giving Salamanca its famous golden appearance. It is a city where knowledge, history, and beauty come together in perfect harmony. Leaving the quiet university city behind, we travel east across wide plains shaped by rivers and centuries of history. Soon, magnificent domes appear on the horizon. Our next destination is Zaragoza. Zaragoza, the city of the Ebro. Flowing through northeastern Spain, the mighty Ebro River has supported civilizations for thousands of years. On its banks stands one of Spain's most underrated cities. Welcome to Zaragoza. Throughout history, Romans, Muslims, and Christian kingdoms all shaped this remarkable place. Their legacy can still be seen throughout the city. Dominating the skyline is the magnificent Basilica of Our Lady of the Pillar. Its colorful domes rise above the river, making it one of Spain's most recognizable churches. According to tradition, this sacred site marks the place where the Virgin Mary appeared to St. James. Inside, beautiful frescoes painted by the famous Spanish artist Francisco Goya decorate parts of the basilica. From the frozen peaks of the north to the sun-scorched plains of the south, life finds a way to endure. In every corner of our planet, a quiet struggle unfolds, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking beauty. Walking beside the Ebro River offers peaceful views of historic bridges and elegant architecture reflected in the water. Beyond its famous landmarks, Zaragoza remains a lively modern city filled with cafes, local markets, and welcoming public squares. Unlike Spain's busiest tourist destinations, Zaragoza offers visitors the chance to experience everyday Spanish life at a slower pace. Here, history blends naturally with the rhythm of modern living. Often, our journey now turns south. The landscape becomes warmer. Olive groves stretch across the hills. Palm trees begin to appear. Ahead lies a city that once stood among the greatest centers of learning anywhere in the world. Welcome to Córdoba. Córdoba, where civilizations met. Few cities in Europe have witnessed such an extraordinary meeting of cultures. Welcome to Córdoba. More than 1,000 years ago, Córdoba became one of the world's greatest centers of knowledge. Its libraries contained hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. Scientists, philosophers, doctors, and mathematicians gathered here, helping shape the intellectual history of Europe. The city's most famous landmark is the breathtaking Mezquita Cathedral. From the outside, it appears as a massive fortress. Inside, endless rows of elegant red and white arches create one of the most unforgettable interiors in the world. At the heart of the former mosque stands a magnificent cathedral, symbolizing the many chapters of Córdoba's remarkable history. Nearby, the ancient Roman bridge stretches gracefully across the Guadalquivir River. For centuries, merchants, pilgrims, and travelers crossed these stones while entering one of medieval Europe's richest cities. Away from the major monuments, Córdoba reveals another side of its character. Its quiet streets are lined with whitewashed houses, decorated with colorful flower pots. Hidden courtyards bloom with jasmine, roses, and geraniums, filling the air with fragrance during spring. Every May, residents celebrate the famous Patios Festival, opening their beautifully decorated courtyards to visitors from around the world. As the evening call of church bells echoes through the old city, Córdoba reminds us that history is not simply preserved in museums. Here, it lives in every street, every arch, and every courtyard. Part 4. Our journey through Andalusia is only beginning. Ahead waits one of Spain's greatest masterpieces, a palace of intricate carvings, tranquil gardens, and unforgettable views. Next, we'll visit Granada, followed by the dramatic cliffs of Ronda, the passionate streets of Seville, and the Atlantic charm of Cadiz. Part 4 continues the adventure through southern Spain. Excellent. Here's part 4 in the same cinematic copyright-safe style. Spain, Europe's most diverse country. Ultimate 4K travel documentary. Part 4, Granada, Ronda, Seville, and Cadiz. Granada, the last kingdom of Al-Andalus. At the foot of the Sierra Nevada mountains, where snow-capped peaks overlook ancient streets, stands one of Spain's most captivating cities. Welcome to Granada. Few places blend history, art, and nature as beautifully as this remarkable destination. For centuries, Granada was the final stronghold of Muslim rule on the Iberian Peninsula. It flourished as a center of science, architecture, poetry, and culture before becoming part of unified Spain in 1492. Watching over the city is its greatest masterpiece, the Alhambra. More than a palace, it is an entire royal city enclosed by ancient walls. Delicate carvings decorate every archway, peaceful courtyards echo with the sound of flowing water, and elegant gardens bloom with roses, cypress trees, and fragrant flowers. The famous Court of the Lions, with its marble fountain supported by 12 stone lions, remains one of the finest achievements of Islamic architecture in Europe. Across the valley lies the historic Albayacin district. Its whitewashed houses and winding stone lanes preserve the atmosphere of medieval Granada. As the sun begins to set, visitors gather at Mirador de San Nicolás, one of Spain's most famous viewpoints. From here, the Alhambra glows golden against the snowy peaks of the Sierra Nevada, a scene that has inspired artists and travelers for centuries. Granada is also a city of music and tradition. Flamenco performances fill the caves of Sacromonte, where generations of performers have kept this passionate art alive. Every melody, every dance, and every note reflects the soul of Andalusia. From the frozen peaks of the north to the sun-scorched plains of the south, life finds a way to endure. In every corner of our planet, a quiet struggle unfolds, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking beauty. Few towns anywhere leaving Granada behind. The road winds through rolling hills covered with olive groves. Ahead, perched dramatically above a deep canyon, lies one of Spain's most unforgettable towns. Welcome to Ronda. Ronda, the city above the gorge. In Europe, possess a setting as breathtaking as Ronda. Built atop towering cliffs, the town is divided by the dramatic El Tajo Gorge, a canyon carved over thousands of years by the Guadalquivir River. Connecting both sides is the magnificent Puente Nuevo, or New Bridge. Rising high above the gorge, this engineering marvel has become one of Spain's most iconic landmarks. Standing here, visitors can look hundreds of feet down to the river below while admiring spectacular views across the Andalusian countryside. Beyond the bridge, Ronda reveals quiet streets, whitewashed houses, flower-filled balconies, and charming plazas. The town is also famous for one of Spain's oldest bullrings, or modern bullfighting traditions developed centuries ago. Although the sport remains controversial today, the arena continues to preserve an important chapter of Spanish history. As evening approaches, the cliffs glow orange beneath the setting sun. The surrounding valleys stretch endlessly toward the horizon, creating one of the most unforgettable landscapes in southern Spain. Ronda is not simply beautiful, it is unforgettable. Descending from the mountains, the landscape becomes flatter. Orange trees line the streets. The rhythm of Spanish guitar begins to fill the air. Our next destination is the cultural heart of Andalusia. Welcome to Seville. Seville, the soul of Andalusia. There are cities you visit, and cities you feel. Seville belongs to the second. The capital of Andalusia is alive with music, history, and celebration. Walking through its streets, the scent of orange blossoms drifts through the warm air, while the sound of flamenco echoes from hidden courtyards. At the center of the city rises the magnificent Seville Cathedral, one of the largest Gothic cathedrals in the world. Its towering bell tower, known as La Giralda, once served as a minaret before becoming one of Spain's most recognizable landmarks. Nearby lies the breathtaking Plaza de España. Built for the Ibero-American Exposition of 1929, this enormous square features colorful ceramic tiles, graceful bridges, and a peaceful canal where visitors row small boats beneath elegant arches. Horse-drawn carriages travel through historic streets lined with palm trees and cafes. As night falls, Seville truly comes alive. Flamenco dancers stamp rhythmically across wooden stages, while guitarists and singers pour emotion into every performance. More than entertainment, flamenco is a powerful expression of Andalusian identity. Seville is a city where every street seems to dance. Following the Guadalquivir River toward the Atlantic Ocean, we arrive at one of Europe's oldest continuously inhabited cities. Welcome to Cadiz. Cadiz, where Europe meets the Atlantic. Surrounded almost entirely by the Atlantic Ocean, Cadiz has welcomed sailors, merchants, and explorers for more than 3,000 years. Many historians consider it one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Western Europe. Its strategic location made it a gateway between Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Today, the city's whitewashed buildings shine beneath brilliant sunshine, while sea breezes carry the sound of waves through narrow historic streets. The impressive Cadiz Cathedral, crowned by its golden dome, overlooks the waterfront and reflects centuries of architectural change. Nearby, lively plazas fill with musicians, families, and visitors enjoying fresh seafood and local cuisine. The city's beaches stretch along golden sand, where sunsets over the Atlantic paint the sky in brilliant shades of orange and crimson. Standing beside the ocean, it is easy to imagine the countless ships that once departed these shores in search of unknown worlds. Cadiz reminds us that Spain has always looked beyond the horizon. Part 5. Our adventure through Andalusia now comes to an end. But Spain still holds many surprises. In the next chapter, we'll explore the sunny Mediterranean city of Malaga, the birthplace of Picasso, then travel to Valencia, the home of authentic paella, before discovering the crystal-clear waters of the Balearic Islands and from the frozen peaks of the north to the sun-scorched plains of the south, life finds a way to endure. In every corner of our planet, a quiet struggle unfolds, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking beauty. Spain, Europe's most diverse country, Numberal Ultimate 4K Travel Documentary. Part 5, Malaga, Valencia, Balearic Islands, and Canary Islands. Malaga, the sun-kissed gateway to the Costa del Sol. Along Spain's southern Mediterranean coast lies a city where over 3,000 years of history meet golden beaches and a relaxed coastal lifestyle. Welcome to Malaga. Often called the gateway to the Costa del Sol, Malaga enjoys more than 300 days of sunshine each year, making it one of Europe's most popular seaside destinations. Yet beyond its beaches lies a city rich in history and culture. High above the harbor stands the Alcazaba, an impressive Moorish fortress built during the 11th century. Its stone walls, peaceful gardens, and elegant courtyards overlook the city and the sparkling Mediterranean below. Above the Alcazaba rises Gibralfaro Castle, offering breathtaking panoramic views stretching from the mountains to the sea. Malaga is also celebrated as the birthplace of one of the world's greatest artists, Pablo Picasso. His legacy lives on in the Picasso Museum, where visitors can explore works that changed modern art forever. The city's historic center is alive with cafes, boutiques, colorful plazas, and palm-lined streets that invite visitors to slow down and enjoy the Mediterranean atmosphere. As the evening sun sets over the harbor, Malaga glows with warm golden light, proving that this coastal city is much more than a beach destination. It is a place where history, creativity, and relaxation come together. Following the Mediterranean coastline eastward, we arrive in a city famous for innovation, architecture, and one of Spain's most beloved dishes. Welcome to Valencia. Valencia, where tradition meets tomorrow. Spain's third-largest city stands proudly beside the Mediterranean, blending centuries of history with bold modern design. Welcome to Valencia. Few cities combine the old and the new as gracefully as this vibrant destination. One of Valencia's greatest landmarks is the spectacular City of Arts and Sciences. Its futuristic white buildings appear almost like spaceships reflected in crystal-clear pools. Designed by renowned architect Santiago de Compostela, this architectural masterpiece has become one of Spain's most recognizable modern landmarks. Yet, Valencia's story stretches far beyond the future. In the historic center, lively squares lead visitors toward the magnificent silk exchange, medieval churches, and the bustling central market, where fresh seafood, fruits, spices, and local specialties fill colorful stalls. Valencia is also known as the birthplace of paella, one of Spain's most famous dishes. Prepared with rice, vegetables, and locally sourced ingredients, the traditional recipe reflects the region's rich agricultural heritage. Running through the heart of the city is the Turia Garden, a remarkable urban park created in the former riverbed, after the Turia River was diverted following devastating floods. Today, cyclists, runners, families, and musicians transform this green space into one of Europe's largest urban parks. Valencia is a city that embraces both tradition and innovation, creating an atmosphere unlike anywhere else in Spain. Leaving mainland Spain behind, we now cross the sparkling Mediterranean Sea toward an archipelago of hidden coves, turquoise waters, and dramatic limestone cliffs. Our next destination is the Balearic Islands. The Balearic Islands, jewels of the Mediterranean. Scattered across the western Mediterranean, the Balearic Islands offer some of Europe's most breathtaking coastal scenery. Although grouped together, each island has its own unique personality. Mallorca, the largest island, combines dramatic mountains with hidden beaches and charming stone villages nestled among olive groves. Its capital, Palma, is crowned by the magnificent Gothic cathedral overlooking the sea. To the northeast lies Menorca, a quieter island known for untouched beaches, peaceful coves, and crystal-clear water. Its slower pace attracts travelers seeking tranquility and nature. Further south, Ibiza enjoys worldwide fame for its vibrant nightlife. Yet beyond its energetic reputation, the island also offers peaceful countryside, historic fortifications, and beautiful beaches that reveal a completely different side of Ibiza. The smallest inhabited island, Formentera, is often compared to tropical destinations thanks to its white sand beaches and remarkably clear turquoise water. Together, these islands create a Mediterranean paradise where nature and relaxation take center stage. But Spain's island story doesn't end in the Mediterranean. Far to the southwest, across the Atlantic Ocean, another archipelago rises from ancient volcanoes. Welcome to the Canary Islands. The Canary Islands, Spain's volcanic paradise. Nearly 1,000 kilometers from mainland Spain, closer to Africa than Europe, lies one of the country's most extraordinary landscapes. The Canary Islands were born through volcanic activity millions of years ago, creating a world unlike anywhere else in Spain. The largest island, Tenerife, is dominated by Mount Tide, Spain's highest mountain, and one of the world's tallest volcanoes measured from the ocean floor. Its rugged lava fields, pine forests, and dramatic viewpoints attract adventurers from around the globe. On Lanzarote, ancient eruptions created surreal black landscapes where vineyards grow in volcanic ash, demonstrating the remarkable resilience of nature. Gran Canaria offers everything from golden sand dunes to lush mountain valleys, while La Palma, known as La Isla Bonita, enchants visitors with dense forests and spectacular night skies. The surrounding Atlantic waters are home to dolphins, whales, sea turtles, and countless marine species, making the Canary Islands one of Europe's premier destinations for wildlife watching. Thanks to their mild climate throughout the year, these islands remain a favorite destination in every season. Here, volcanic landscapes meet tropical beaches, proving once again that Spain's natural diversity knows few limits. Transition to Part 6. From sunny islands, our journey now heads north to a very different Spain. Green hills replace dry landscapes. the Atlantic becomes cooler and more dramatic. In the final chapter, we'll discover San Sebastian, Bilbao, the Basque Country, Santander, Santiago de Compostela, Picos de Europa, Asturias, Navarre, Albarracin, and conclude our unforgettable journey across Spain. Part 6 will bring the documentary to its epic conclusion. Perfect. Here's the final chapter of your Spain documentary. Like the previous parts, it's written from scratch in a cinematic style and is suitable for a professional YouTube travel documentary. Spain, Europe's most diverse country, ultimate 4K travel documentary. Part 6, Northern Spain and Grand Finale. San Sebastian, Spain's elegant seaside escape. Our journey now takes us to a different side of Spain. The warm Mediterranean gives way to the cool waters of the Bay of Biscay. Green hills replace dry plains, and Atlantic waves crash against dramatic coastlines. Welcome to San Sebastian, often considered one of Europe's most beautiful seaside cities. San Sebastian is famous for its graceful crescent-shaped La Concha beach, where golden sand meets crystal-clear water. Behind the beach, elegant 19th-century buildings and tree-lined promenades give the city a timeless charm. But San Sebastian is more than beautiful. It is a world-famous culinary destination. In the old town, locals gather in lively bars serving pinzos, small, beautifully crafted bites displayed across long counters. Visitors hop from one bar to another, sampling local flavors while enjoying the relaxed atmosphere. From Monte Guldo, panoramic views reveal the entire bay framed by lush green hills and the sparkling Atlantic Ocean. San Sebastian proves that sometimes elegance lies in simplicity. Bilbao, the city reborn. For generations, Bilbao was known as an industrial powerhouse. Shipyards, steel mills, and factories defined its skyline. But in the late 20th century, the city transformed itself into one of Europe's greatest success stories. The symbol of this transformation is the spectacular Guggenheim Museum. Its flowing titanium curbs reflect sunlight like waves on water, making the building itself a work of art. Today, visitors from around the world come not only for the museum but also for Bilbao's lively riverfront, historic old town, and welcoming atmosphere. Bilbao reminds us that cities can reinvent themselves without losing their identity. Basque Country, a culture like no other. Calm, rolling green hills descend toward dramatic cliffs overlooking the Atlantic. White farmhouses stand peacefully among forests and grazing sheep. The Basque language, known as Euskara, remains one of Europe's oldest and most mysterious languages, unrelated to any other major language family. Colorful fishing villages line the coast, while inland valleys preserve traditions passed down through generations. The Basque Country is proof that Spain is not a single culture, but a beautiful collection of many unique identities. Santander, the Atlantic gem. Facing one of Spain's most beautiful natural bays, Santander offers a peaceful blend of beaches, elegant architecture, and maritime history. The Magdalena Peninsula, once the summer residence of Spanish royalty, overlooks the Atlantic with breathtaking views. Golden beaches stretch along the coast while surfers ride powerful northern waves. Santander's relaxed atmosphere makes it one of Spain's most enjoyable seaside cities. Santiago de Compostela, journey's end. For more than 1,000 years, pilgrims have walked across Europe toward one destination, Santiago de Compostela. According to tradition, the city's magnificent cathedral houses the remains of Saint James the Apostle. Every year, thousands complete the legendary Camino de Santiago, arriving in the grand cathedral square after days, or even weeks of walking. Their journey ends here, but the city's story continues through centuries of faith, architecture, and tradition. Picos de Europa, Spain's wild mountains. Sharp limestone peaks rise dramatically above green valleys, where rivers carve deep gorges through the landscape. The Picos de Europa National Park is home to eagles, wolves, chamois, and the recovering population of the endangered Cantabrian brown bear. Cable cars climb into breathtaking alpine scenery, where clouds drift between towering cliffs. This is one of Spain's greatest natural treasures. Asturias, Spain's emerald coast. Rain nourishes forests, rivers, and rolling hills. Traditional villages preserve ancient granaries raised above the ground to protect harvested grain. Calm, the coastline. Dramatic cliffs meet wild beaches untouched by mass tourism. Asturias offers a side of Spain many visitors never expect, a landscape that feels closer to northern Europe than the Mediterranean. Traveling east again, we arrive in a region famous around the world each July. Navarre, land of tradition. The capital city of Pamplona is known worldwide for the running of the bulls, a centuries-old tradition held during the festival of San Fermin. Yet beyond this famous event, Navarre reveals peaceful valleys, dense forests, medieval villages, and the rugged beauty of the Pyrenees Mountains. It is a land where nature and tradition exist side by side. Final destination. Our final stop is one of Spain's most enchanting hidden villages, Albarracín, a village frozen in time. Hidden among rugged hills stands a village that seems untouched by modern life. Its pink-hued houses climb steep slopes beneath ancient defensive walls. Narrow streets wind between centuries. Old buildings, leading visitors into a world where time appears to stand still. Albarracín is often considered one of Spain's most beautiful villages, not because it is grand, but because it has preserved its authenticity with remarkable care. Down Emprojeps, End Dorigues, Grand Final. Spain is far more than a destination. It is a land of remarkable diversity. Country where Roman aqueducts still stand after 2,000 years. Where Moorish palaces sparkle beneath snowy mountains. Where medieval villages overlook dramatic cliffs. Where modern architecture shares the skyline with ancient cathedrals. From the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean to the rugged Atlantic coast. From the volcanic Canary Islands to the green mountains of the north. Every region tells a different story. Every city offers a new perspective. Every journey leaves lasting memories. Perhaps that is Spain's greatest treasure. Not one famous landmark. Not one unforgettable city. But the incredible variety found within a single nation. As our adventure comes to an end, countless roads still stretch toward places waiting to be discovered. Until our next journey, thank you for traveling across Spain with us. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue exploring the world's most extraordinary destinations, one country at a time. Chapel.